Hello and welcome to the Stem Cell Healing Institute podcast. In case you have any questions, please send us an email to info@stemcellhealinginstitute.com. Thank you and enjoy the podcast. Hello and welcome back to the Stem Cell Healing Institute podcast. We are here once again with Dr. Zahra Figueredo. How are you, doctor?
Very good, Luis. Getting ready for the weekend.
Yes, indeed. We did talk about growth factors in the last podcast, but we were kind of short on the information, and we wanted to expand and about this topic. So I do have a few more questions for you, doctor. Is that okay?
Oh, absolutely. Looking forward to it.
Okay. Since we previously talked about this and keeping in line with the topic, can you go into detail about the human growth hormones, supplementation for a comprehensive and post-stem cell treatments?
Yes. I think it's important to indicate that growth hormone or human growth hormone, a lot of people wonder what the difference is, HGH versus GH. It's the same thing, just more of a formal acronym. What's really important to remember is that after the age of 30, every person's we call it endogenous or their own hormone secretion is reduced by almost 20%, 18 to 20% every decade of their life after the age of 30. So this contributes to aging, literally, and because what HGH helps us do in our bodies is it helps metabolism. It will help cellular aging. It helps with the secretion of certain growth factors as well. It basically allows us to go back in time and get to a point of reducing cellular aging at the cellular level, and helps with the graying of the hair, wrinkles, libido, what else? Fatigue. In a lot of men, erectile dysfunction can be attributed to by the reduction of growth hormone. And so there's so many factors at play here with where growth hormone is concerned. And it even helps with the stem cells in reducing and allowing the uptake of the stem cells, allowing the function of the stem cells, allowing the secretion and the growth of stem cells. So it's a very intricate play here as well with the growth hormone that allows for so many functions to take place in conjunction with stem cell treatment.
So you did mention a few benefits. Is there any more benefits by doing this treatment, doctor?
Yes, there are quite a number. So I mentioned the libido, metabolism, so increased body lean mass, decreased fat, better sleep quality, immune system is enhanced, cardiovascular and recovery for performance and exercise recovery is enhanced, as well as I mentioned the metabolism, hair growth and the quality of hair as well, and skin reduction in wrinkles. I've actually had patients tell me that their eyesight has improved.
Doctor, I don't want to sound too pushy here, but can we get more specific about the HGH per se?
Sure. So growth hormone is very, very important for growth. As the name indicates, it's produced in the pituitary gland, and it literally stimulates growth of bones, organs, tissues, and that's why it's so important in regeneration and for growth in children. And that's one of the reasons why we don't supplement below the age of 21 years of age, more or less. We don't supplement with growth hormone because the children, their growth plates have not fused yet. And so they already have enough growth hormone to do the work that they need to. And if we started supplementing With growth hormone, we may end up with giants. So, and because it is so stimulating on growth and the bones and the organs and so on and so forth, we don't supplement in children. But it's also so important in metabolism and in the conversion of food to energy and the utilizing of the nutrients and the energy as well. And so that's where it plays a role in adults so importantly is the role in metabolism, energy utilization, the way that it stimulates growth in organs, tissues, and regeneration. And it's also known as somatotropin, as many of you may know. The chemical name is somatotropin. That's where growth hormone plays a role with the stem cells and in adult bodies, is basically the regeneration of the tissues and stimulation and going back in time and bringing your body and also hormones that play a role. Growth hormone stimulates the hormones that have diminished as well as we age, and so many different factors, even digestion and digestive enzymes, and so that's why it plays such a huge role in regeneration and here at the Stem Cell Healing Institute.
Can you use these growth hormone factors for sexual wellness?
Yes. So we have seen the growth hormone in conjunction with other things, sometimes as a standalone treatment that really, really can aid in libido. Very often, because it stimulates the other hormones in the body. We have seen thyroid hormone regulate. We have seen estrogen, progesterone, and again, that helps with the libido regulate, and it helps with the testosterone, erectile dysfunction. So it can very well play a role in sexual wellness with patients as well, and that's always been a very nice positive side effect, so to speak.
So, in simple terms, the HGH can help the stem cell treatment.
Yes, that's exactly why we do it. So it helps the stem cells themselves. It helps the body prepare for the stem cells and puts it in a mode of regeneration, rebuilding, reconstructing, renewal, and it does that by not only preparing the body and taking it back in time, but also preparing the stem cells themselves when we're using autologous stem cells. So it's creating this environment, and I've used this term before, this internal milieu of wellness, of regeneration, of reconstruction, and just creating this very positive balance of renewal for the body.
Can we also say, as far as the budget, is this treatment less expensive than the stem cells?
You mean just using growth hormone
Yes,
treatment?
and plateletize it instead of using stem cells.
Yes, it is, and so yes, economically, it is less expensive. Stem cells are just the way that they are derived, the processing, the incubation, harvesting, culturing, and the whole process can be very, very costly. And so, and it's just a costly process. And so, yes, the exosomes, growth factors, growth hormone is definitely more economical if that is what is indicated for the patient. And so, yes, so that could be an option for treatment for patients as well.
So I always ask you, if a patient decides to come to Guatemala, can you give us just like a big picture of Guatemala as a country and Guatemala City as a city? Can you give us your own opinion about the country?
Yes. So I'm Canadian, and I've lived in Guatemala for 12 years now, and it is it's a country. Yes, it's a developing country, but patients are very pleasantly surprised at the level of progressiveness and how advanced Guatemala is. Um, we have an international airport. We have very, very beautiful surroundings and landmarks, volcanoes, active volcanoes, coffee farms, the ruins, very, very popular ruins, I must add, where they've filmed a lot of box office hits as well, and just very modern. A lot of patients are surprised at how modern Guatemala really is, and it's a beautiful, safe country. Of course, there are pockets of in any, just like any city. So you just have to stay in the safer parts of town, which is where we keep you, and very, very, very pleasant experiences that we've had our patients talk about and are happy to talk about.
So, I don't know, doctor. I always ask you if there is anything else you would like to add to this podcast.
I think the only other thing I would have to mention is, along with growth factors and growth hormone, our comprehensive approach of the diet and key supplements and the stem cell enhancement formula. These are all so important in just creating this overall wellness, and I call it like a total wellness, very comprehensive, as well as psychological, emotional, spiritual well-being, which is so important not to overlook, because as I always say, wellness is not just our physical body. It starts here and here and spiritually as well. And so it's really important that we address everything as a whole. And that is something I do with every single patient on a very individual basis. So I didn't want to fail to mention that as well, Louise.
And also, just in case a patient decides to come, can we tell them what would it be like as far as all the accommodations and everything that we provide to the new patients?
Yes, thank you for that, Louise. Yes. So with our treatment package, the very, very comprehensive treatment package itself, we include accommodations for whether it's 7 or 10 days for the patient and a companion, and sometimes they'll bring their families. So we do provide accommodations, as well as a personal driver to take them to and from appointments and airport transfers. And then we can help with arrangements on excursions because there's so much to do here as well. And yes, so we try to make it very very smooth as possible for the patient.
All right, doctor. We really appreciate your time, and we'll see you next week for the next podcast.
Yes, thank you so much, Louise. It's been a pleasure.
You take care. Bye-bye.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Thank you for listening. In case you have any questions, please visit our website, stemcellhealinginstitute.com. Or you may send us an email to info@stemcellhealinginstitute.com. If you want to contact us from North America, you may dial +1 209 690 7836. If you want to send us a message through WhatsApp, please add us at +502 4220 7297. And this is how you find us on our social media. On Facebook, Stem Cell Healing Institute. On Instagram, Stem Cell HI. On Spotify, Stem Cell Healing Institute. On YouTube, Stem Cell Healing Institute. We hope to hear from you. Thank you.